Shalom. I'm making this video in response to, I think her name was Alive and Clear, her video entitled 10 Things I Wish I Knew 10 Years Ago. And I thought I'd just make my own 10 things I'd like to have known 10 years ago. And I'll start with number one. I'd like to have known Yah, and I would have liked to have known his love and embraced the scriptures. I would have liked to have understood his love. I feel like I was sheltered from a lot of things that, I was running really close to. So, I mean, I've always known his love, but I'd never before this past year completely had an understanding of it or embraced the scriptures, because at the time I didn't understand them, so I wouldn't dwell like reading them. I would just shut the book because nothing would make sense to me. Number two, I would like to have known what foods were unclean and fit for consumption. I had a lot of friends that, I remember when they taught me into eating sushi, or, I just remember a lot of times where food that normally wouldn't be presented to me was presented to me, and I ate it because I didn't know my culture and I didn't know what was right and what was wrong and what was fit for consumption and what wasn't. So I wish I'd known that 10 years ago. Oh, and also just to preface, 10 years ago I would have been about 18 years old. So, number three is I wish that I'd known that sexy isn't the same thing as being beautiful. And I feel like I really wasted a lot of my early adulthood being confused about that a little bit, and I wish I'd known that back then. Number four would have to be the company I keep. Just be careful of the people I'm hanging around. I wish I'd known more about that. Not that I wasn't warned by my mother, but I wish I'd known it for myself, basically. Um, Number five would be I wish I'd known to guard my heart more, and that all because I feel a certain way about somebody doesn't mean that those feelings are reciprocated. So I wish I knew that at 18, that not to assume that anybody feels the way about you that you feel about them, and that includes like your family, your friends, and significant other or whatever. And that was a hard lesson to learn, and I just pretty much learned that one. um, Six would be that natural hair is the only hair anybody should have, and not to put chemicals in my hair. I wish I'd known that a long time ago. Even before 18, I wish I'd known that. Seven is never to put your trust in man, because they disappoint you every time. And eight would be not to let college or even like the thought of college stress me out, or the thought of my future stress me out. I didn't, for the most part, let my future stress me out as much as I let school stress me out, and just trying to get that together at that time was really stressful for me. And nine would be I wish I'd known it's better to be set apart and not to force social interaction with people just for the sake of being normal. And just, if you don't agree with something, it's just better to be alone. It took me a long time to learn that one too. And 10, not to argue my point with people that have already made up their mind. I don't argue with people anymore. And on YouTube, if I comment on somebody, it's more like an anti-trolling thing. If I see that so many negative comments are dominating something, I say stuff, but it's not because I'm trying to convince anybody of anything, because apparently those type of people's minds already made up. So I don't do that anymore. But anyway, those are just the 10 things I'd like to have known 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I would have been 18 years old, and I wouldn't have known the truth back then. But anyway, my cat's scratching at the door. Shalom.